New tonight at 11, the Ohio League of Women Voters is asking citizens to make phone calls and write letters to the state Supreme Court after the portrait of retired Chief Justice Maureen O'Connor was removed from the Grand Concourse. Now, the court says the portrait will be the centerpiece of a new exhibit. But as NBC4's Colleen Marshall found out, the league fears the portrait is the centerpiece of political vengeance.
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, but at the state Supreme Court, a portrait might be worth even more. The portrait of retired Chief Justice Maureen O'Connor was removed from the Grand Concourse and placed in the basement. She was the first woman to serve as Chief Justice and the longest-serving woman in statewide office. The League of Women Voters says O'Connor earned her place in history and on the first floor.
They've moved her gorgeous portrait to the ground floor, saying that they're going to build a women-in-law exhibit.
The League of Women Voters likes the idea of a women-in-law exhibit.
But we think her portrait, as the first woman Chief Justice of the Ohio Supreme Court, that should stay in that main hallway where most visitors visit.
Take a look at where it is now, in a corner of the basement. And this is video given to us by one outraged court visitor who discovered the home of the future women-in-law exhibit is still a storage closet.
I worry that this is about politics rather than honoring the history of the highest court here in Ohio.
The former Chief Justice is a lifelong Republican who angered leaders of her own party when she sided with Democrats on the court and found gerrymandered districts to be unconstitutional. Republican lawmakers threatened to impeach her. Her portrait at state GOP headquarters was removed altogether. In a statement, the court said there is no political motivation to moving the portrait at the Supreme Court, and that it was moved before construction even begins because that's how leading educational museums create buzz for upcoming exhibits. The National Gallery reports only 7% of public art in this country represents women.
We know that we have a gap in the amount of women that are in elected office, as well as other leadership positions. And so really highlighting women in law is incredibly important.
The League would like to see a portrait of O'Connor in the women-in-law exhibit, but also in the Grand Concourse, where every visitor, especially little girls, can see it.
So it's critical that when folks are walking through that beautiful hallway, that they see a woman. You know, we can't be it if we don't see it. And my concern is that young ladies especially will think that the field of law and courtrooms are not a place for them, and we know it is.
There were no signs of construction, and the court did not identify for me the designer. But in answer to my other questions, they said there is clear vision for the exhibit, that there will be personal items that could include robes, gavels, and significant writings, as well as a timeline of milestones for female justices. They say now it will open this summer, and we will be sure to show you if that happens. The retired Justice Maureen O'Connor declined to comment.